Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So I'm really excited to show you this one. It's been in my head for a while that I wanted to do this set with this kind of design, but it didn't quite work out the way that I planned it. So as you can see, I've already done my right hand and I now need to do my left hand. So I'm using some of the gels that I got from Born Pretty in my recent haul and the PR haul. So I'm using the extension gel 11, which is the lovely pink one, and I'm using these two non-stick ones, which are 20 and 22. So one is the purple one and one's a green, like a bluey green one, and I'm using these tips. Now I wanted to use the other tips that I bought, which were just extension tips, but they didn't fit on my nails properly, so I ended up sort of doing the lazy girl method and using these tips instead. So I've had to do the design differently. I've basically had to do it upside down. So I was going to put the extension tips on and then put the pink gel on and then put the Aurora gel on the top, and then either use cling film or just use my cuticle pusher to make little holes in the gel and do it that way. But I've had to do it the other way because obviously when you're using the laser girl method, everything has to be the other way around. So I've had to put the Aurora gel on first and then make it as thin as I possibly could inside that tip, but making sure that all the sides were covered and the cuticle area was covered. And then I pushed the cuticle pusher into it, making little dints into it so that it was like a spiky pattern like you would do with the cling film method, or the saran wrap method. So for all the nails apart from the ring fingers, I'm using the purple one, but I'm using the blue one for the ring fingers. So I'm making sure that that non-stick hand gel is really, really thin, but I'm making sure that it is completely covering the tip. Now, if I was to just use it like this, it wouldn't work. It'd just squash down. So what you need to do is when you've got that thin coating on it, you need to then cure it. So I cured that for a full 60 seconds. And then, I measured it to make sure that it was as long as I wanted, because even though these are really long tips, there's no way I'm having them that long. You know me, I don't wear long nails. Next, I'm going in with the pink gel, and I'm putting a really, really thin coat on again, and I'm squashing it and using the tip of the brush to really press it into those dents that I've made, because I don't want any air bubbles. So if I didn't do that, I would get air bubbles. So this is what it looks like when I've done it. So that also gets cured. So I cure that for 60 seconds as well, even though it's really thin. And then that gel is not going anywhere. So that is basically the front of the nail, what you'll see. And even though it's thin, it's not that thin. So, obviously I do have room to file it down and stuff, and I'm still going to keep the design. So when all of that is done, I'm going to finish off prepping my nails. So I'm using the dehydrator and the primer from Born Pretty. So I've already done the rest of the prep. I've done, I've made sure that I buffed the nails. I got rid of all the cuticle, I used nippers, and I got rid of all the dead skin that was on my nails. So this is an acid-free primer that I'm using, and that will stay sticky. So I'm leaving that to dry for a little bit, and then I'm going in with the Born Pretty base coat, and I'm just putting a thin coat of that on all of the nails and then curing that for 30 seconds. So I only showed you me doing 2 of the tips, but I have done all of them now, all 5 of them. So when that base coat has been cured, I'm getting my little lamp that I got from Temu, and I'm setting that up so that it's exactly where I want it. And then I'm using that pink gel, the EG11, and I'm just putting a very, very thin coat of that on the nail, and then I'm going in on the tip and I am covering all of that gel. And this coat isn't going to be super, super thin, because I want to make sure that there is enough gel to actually make a nail out of this, because basically the very, very thin coats that I did, they were just to make sure that the design is on there what I wanted. So this is actually the structure of the nail now. So when I've put the tip onto my finger, I do put it in that little lamp just for a few seconds to flash cure it. And then I go underneath the nail, because the gel, if you've only flash cured for a few seconds, that gel should still be quite movable. So I'm just fixing it underneath the nail so that everything's covered and I'm not going to have gaps. And then when I'm happy with that, I put it in my big lamp for a full 60 seconds cure. I did just flash cure it underneath so that it didn't go anywhere before I put it in my big lamp. So I'm basically doing that process to every single nail. So yeah, it's exactly the same. So I'm just going to pop some music on now while I show you me doing the rest of them, and then I'll come back. Right, so when all of the nails have been cured, it's time to pop those tips off. So I just use my cuticle pusher, and I'm very careful about making sure that I'm only putting the pusher underneath the tip and not the nail itself. So yeah, when that is all done and they're all popped off, this is what they look like. And then I'm just spraying them with some alcohol and wiping all the sticky layer off. So you have to do that on the top and the underneath. And then I'm going in and I'm filing them. So I am showing you me filing this one nail. But I find filing on camera really awkward to get my hand in the right position. So yeah, it's not the best. But yeah, I'm just showing you. I wanted to show you what I was doing. So then I'm using a fine drill bit on my e-file. And I'm just going around the cuticle area and make sure that that's all flush to the nail. And then I'm going back in with the hand file. So I've got the length that I want, but now I just need to go around the cuticle area and then down the sides. And these tips have a very, very strong C-curve. I haven't used any like this before. And so it was definitely a different shape for me. But I was really surprised. I actually really liked them. When I first did them, I thought, no, I don't like them. I'm taking them off. And then I thought, no, just stick with the process and see what they look like at the end. And you know what? I'm glad I did, because I'm really happy with the shape of them. I really like them. I've surprised myself. So I'm using a metal file, and it really is a game changer when it comes to filing, because it doesn't bend, so it doesn't curve while you're trying to file. So when you're doing straight edges, it is really, really helpful to get one of those. So I've got a 10% discount code for Born Pretty, so I will leave that in the description box along with all my other discount codes, and I'll leave links to all the products that I used in the video as well. I'll also leave links to my Amazon storefront. Some of the Born Pretty products that I use are on Amazon, but when it comes to the extension gels and the non-stick hand gels, some of them are the old formula that they're selling on Amazon, so that's why they are not on my Amazon storefront. I'm just leaving links to the Born Pretty website so that you can get the exact same product that I got and you don't have any issues with it because it's a different formula. So after I've filed and buffed, I'm just going to go over with some alcohol, spray that on, and then use my little nail brush and brush the alcohol into all the little crevices and make sure there's no dust left. And that's going to also get rid of any remaining product that's on there, any gel that's right in the gaps that hasn't been cured but is still lying around, because that can obviously cause infections. And then it's time to top coat. So I'm using Born Pretty's Super Top Coat, and this stuff is really good. Everyone recommended it, and it is really good stuff. So I'm trying to go slow for you so that you can see the top coat going on. but the camera just doesn't do these nails justice. I wish it did, but you just can't see how shiny that Aurora gel is. It's amazing, and I'm really happy with the way they turned out. So I still want to try it the other way, using, tips first and then building it up with the pink gel first and then the Aurora gel, but I'll do that at a later date. But so far, I'm really happy with the way these turned out. So I don't think this is really a complicated thing to do, but it just gives an amazing effect. And I thought, well, it is quite easy, but it looks stunning at the end. I mean, these are really my types of nails. I love like dimensional designs and stuff, so this is totally me, and I'm really happy with them. So hopefully they'll stay on for a while, and you'll see them in lots more videos. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you like these? And if you did like this video, please give it a like. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing, because that really would help my channel. And hello to all my new subscribers. I have had quite a few recently, so I'd like to just say hello to you and welcome to the channel. So yeah, have you got these gels from Born Pretty? What do you think? Because I know a lot of people have bought these Aurora gels, but I've not seen a lot of people using them. So I don't know whether it's just they're not sure what to do with them, but obviously this is an idea of something that you can do. And it's not, building 3D shapes with them that I've seen people do. I've not tried that myself yet. So I'm just putting some cuticle oil on now, and that's the final step to these nails. When that's all rubbed in, this is what they look like. I'm absolutely ecstatic with them. I love them. They do look different. The right hand and the left hand do look different because I filed down a bit more on the left hand than I did with the right hand. But I'm really happy with the shaping and everything. And yeah, these tips were definitely a new one for me with those strong C-curve, but I did like trying them. So yeah, I'll probably use those again at some point. So I'm going to leave it there. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I asked earlier, please give this video a like if you liked it. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Bye.